Okay, now we're here for with Paul, the road crew.
So we're got a couple guys mechanicing and Johnny's out on the bus run blading. He will be anyway, sometime after lunch. And gonna have Ken go down blading on Gold Point Road, get some of the washboards took out. And that's about it. Probably
How did poison pasture?
good.
Good.
Yeah, we got everything done. I mean, obviously, you could stay in there forever. But we got a lot done for the time we were there. They're real happy with it. We did a lot of maintenance in a few weeks. So this going on 5/8, the only concern I have if we do that now is we'll get no more afternoon blading at all. And so, I mean, that's up to you guys, whatever, but.
Well,
I think we need to go on the 5/8. I think we need to kind of follow the union stuff. So if you don't, you don't. That's just the way it is. I don't think that we can have the Fridays without anybody working on Fridays. And if we need them, then they're getting the overtime. I mean, you've got to start thinking about the overtime that's going to them on the Fridays.
Right. But
I mean, it doesn't, I know you say that you get more work for the 10 hours.
Oh, you do.
Understandably so, but it's also darker sooner in the wintertime. So I think the 5/8 would be just fine. I really do. I think you need to do that and just adjust.
well, it is something to think about. Yeah, I agree with both of you.
Yeah, I mean, there's two ways to look at the overtime. When it starts snowing down, just say in Rock Creek on Tuesday, and it's 2:00, there's gonna be nobody out there that's not on overtime.
So here's the thing too, looking at it that way, you have 7 employees. Why not think about possibly when you, in the winter months, having 2 of them, one on each end of the county, working an afternoon shift? Where you're worried about the blading after 2:00 in the afternoon.
Well, everybody has their own routes. I mean, you can't,
I know, but
yeah.
you have 7 employees and how many dump trucks? 7?
We have a plow truck for everybody that works.
So everybody has a plow.
Yeah, as soon as we get this other plow, it's coming.
So you have 7 plows.
Well, we don't have 7 guys there.
What do you have? 2 mechanics?
No, well, Jake mechanics mostly, but when there's a lot of snow, Jake's in a plow truck. Absolutely.
I mean, the only reason I say this, and I know I don't want you to feel that I'm jumping on you, but I'm thinking that we really need to control the overtime, whether you get more hours and more work done on a 10-hour shift than you don't. The union says 5/8 in the wintertime. There's a set amount of time I think we need to abide by the union. And I know that the road crew likes the 10 hours, but I really think that we need to abide by what the union is regulating. So that's how I feel.
Well, I agree to a point, but I mean, I agree starting it now, but I also agree that we shouldn't have started at 5/8 when the contract
Well, then we
says-
need to
when
change.
the contract says, because
Yeah.
that was just a waste of time.
So we need to
until
change.
now. But now we can't take a chance at
Yeah.
December. So I think.
And I'm fine either way. It doesn't matter to me one way or the other. Friday, just another work day.
Yeah. In a situation like that, then maybe we need to contract with the union on changing when they change to the 410s.
It was discussed in the last round of negotiation, and it just became kind of a point on where it never knew when it was gonna be needed. So the thought that what was negotiated was that potentially we'll put it in this way, but it could be amended by both sides to accommodate. I hear what you're saying.
Because sometimes it snows in
Yeah.
October. I mean, I'm out there plowing snow.
Right.
Hunting season.
Well, it used to always.
Yeah, used to,
Yeah.
yeah. So we can't. Just play it by ear, do what we're doing. I think.
I mean, 10 years ago, we had a lot of snow in October. But, I mean, it just seemed like it gets later and later every year.
Well, I can't remember any other year I didn't have to do anything during that.
Right. Yeah. Well,
Is that called global warming?
Yeah, again.
So
Anyway.
that's just my opinion.
And we thank you. Anyway,
Okay, smart.
well, other than that, that's about all I got.
So we're on the 5/8, did you have it figured out for this week?
We're just gonna go 2 8s and a 4. And then that gives them their
Are
hour.
they okay with that?
Yeah, they don't care. And it makes no difference if you go. They just have to get 20 hours by the end of the week. And then it's whether they do 2 10s Wednesday and Thursday, or they do 2 8s and a 4 or whatever. And then next Monday it'll just be 5 8s. And they'll have their 40. So
The notice will be in the paper this week on the bids for the dump truck.
Good.
Be on the agenda, January, that first Tuesday, in January.
do you ever get with whoever about that place to store the milling?
with Charlie, nothing concrete yet, but he says he's good with it, so we just gotta do it.
And then that rock, I can't remember, Rock Creek, we were gonna do something down there in Rock Creek by the bridge. We were gonna rent that excavator.
Yeah, maybe pull that, throw the center of it back against the road,
But they got pushed back.
yeah. So I'll meet with him. It'd be good to do it,
State guy.
yeah. But when he's got time.
You say you did some patching down there? On the road, or-
In Lower Rock Creek,
Yeah,
yeah, we did a bunch of patching there. Yesterday, we were cold patching at Black Pine. And we're out of cold patch now, but we have some coming that winter mix, but they just haven't made it yet. But I was hoping to have gotten that already. We gotta buy it on their schedule, so.
Okay,
Then frost is coming out of the ground. Middle in Rock Creek.
the what?
The frost is coming out of the ground.
All right.
There's big sinkholes out there.
this rain, freezing and thawing,
Yeah.
does a lot of damage.
Where's that at?
Down at Rock Creek on the bus run. And, I mean, it's common for the spring, you get them. But man, not right now. It's
Yeah.
not supposed to be that way.
No.
But that's what he's going over. It's gotta freeze one of these days to stay froze, you'd think. I don't know. I don't have the answer for that.
I don't look at the lake, is the lake all froze over?
Yeah,
And I didn't even notice.
yeah, last week I was up there, it was froze over.
Well, tomorrow it's supposed to be 61.
61.
61.
Maybe it's gonna thaw up there. No, there was snow in Georgetown yesterday.
That means it'll thaw and go into the lake,
Hope
fill
so.
it up.
Going up some.
Pretty bad when you're losing the snowpack in December.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, 55 tomorrow, 50,
Crazy.
46, 48. It's supposed to snow next Monday. So they say,
Yeah.
At 45 degrees, though, I don't know how much you can.
yeah,
Supposed to snow here or northwest Montana,
I don't know, it says both, or,
they get everything.
They really can't get the weather right.
A week
They
out.
can't get today's weather right when they're telling it tomorrow.
Yeah,
There was one day this summer that, yeah, like started rain, it hadn't predicted rain, looked on the weather app, and started raining, and then it changed on the weather after it started raining.
Right.
It wasn't very much rain.
Right. We got a lot of rain yesterday.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
All right,
Anything else?
Go get busy.
okay. See you guys. Thanks.
We-
Do you need an envelope?
No,
All right. You
See
got it.
you, Paul.
Thanks. Tell me to stop popping. It might be a cell phone.
I
don't
think
know.
it's Paul.
Or
It's every time,
he's got steel
it's
boots or
every
something.
time he sits in that corner, it pops.
Is it
I don't
still?
know if it's his cell phone or
It could be. Or is,
what it is, but it seems to like to do it when he's over there.
short one today.
Yeah,
It's gonna be short.
well, we have to make a decision. So everybody knows that we're gonna have a meeting on the 28th
Oh, yeah,
or not, because it's gotta be in the,
on my list of meetings for December.
Today, you have to make a decision today. or
well, I
it has
think
to be on
so,
the
because it has to
agenda?
be on the
On my
website and on
December, yeah.
the, and on the.
Well, if you don't foresee any emergencies or it's slowing in that time frame, if you feel that's, I'm okay with it.
Last year, I don't think they
What?
added on that.
No,
It
we
was
didn't.
close to
Did,
Christmas and
did,
there
did
was-
you do it last year?
Yeah, we took day off.
There was,
Because Mike said that nothing much happened then.
yeah, quiet.
Yeah, so far.
Do we have to make a motion on that? I mean, it's not on,
You
put
can,
it put it on,
yeah, you can just do it as chair. Yeah, or it'd be two of you, but you can make that decision, as chair.
Okay,
as
Chair.
like we're doing.
Yeah.
Okay, so,
Okay, I agree.
okay, so we won't have one on December 28th.
So do you have to get public comment?
Are you on right now?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you can take public.
Any public comment on that? Okay, now is the time for Georgetown Lake. It's still not looking good, and we are 24.84 inches below. It did come up a little bit yesterday. I didn't hear from Paul.
Whether they got it down to 6.
Hmm.
Remember you asked him to get it down to 6.
Well, we just have to keep on doing
Yeah.
the same thing, so. I'll make the motion that we keep doing with 6. And
So would we want to maybe bring it down a little bit more? Or do we want to keep it at 6? Just to maybe, if we took it
I want
down.
to keep it at 6 right now. I gotta talk to some people about, go down much lower. I mean,
There, looks like there's a decent amount right here, isn't it? It's like Kessler, but in the past, I know that they said, like, fish, wildlife parks have been balked at anything lower than 6.
They say nothing
Because
lower than 6.
They've said that in the past, but maybe they would.
Well, if you went lower than 6, wouldn't it bring the water up a little
But
faster?
it affects the
So
fish.
this is
Affects it.
outflows, yes.
Oh,
So if you go to like 5, then you're not gonna have much in the.
okay, so yeah,
much in the
6.
creek, and then I'm kind of worried about, what about the power? Can they,
Yeah,
Make
it's not
power
doing very
flow.
much now, but yeah.
Maybe they don't need to make, no, just kidding, just kidding.
better be kids.
We need our royalties so we can pay our bills.
So that's my motion to stay as we are for now.
I'll second it.
Any public comment?
Nothing.
Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. So we're off until 9:25. Okay, we're back on for the FEP update. Jennifer, are you on?
Yep. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So today's FEP update, there is no COVID cases in Granite County, which is really exciting. We did have 4 within the last 2 weeks, but they are out of isolation at this time. So there's no current COVID cases in Granite County. The FEP report is due January 15th and it's already done. I'm just waiting closer to submit it to the state, but it is already done for the quarter. And then I just sent an email off to Billy just a few moments ago, update the website on the COVID cases, numbers, and deaths. It hasn't been updated since November, and I don't know why I didn't think of it. So I will keep updating this with Billy daily, so the website shows any new cases.
It's updated.
And that's my report.
And Billy said she's updated it for you, so.
Awesome. Thanks, Billy.
How many active cases right now in Granite County?
0.
Zero.
That's good.
How's Missoula doing? Do you know, or
Missoula's a little out of control.
is it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
last
it-
time,
80 something yesterday.
Last time what?
the last time I knew, Missoula, I believe, had like 40 or 50 to them. Powell has less than 10. They finally broke out of their big long cases. And here in Deer Lodge County, I think we have 9. So I'm hoping that the cases are gonna still really drop before Christmas.
So would you know with this new variant, if you've had the old variant, you're gonna get the new variant?
That I don't know. You know, Leanne and I were talking about that yesterday, and we're trying to get as much information as we can on this new variant. I understand that the new variant is in Canada and it is in New York, but I don't know of any other new locations. So we're trying to get as much information for you guys before the next FEP meeting.
Okay, sounds good. Anything else? No, is any public comment? Don't say anything, so I guess we're done.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Thanks. We're off until 9:35. Okay, now we got to talk about providing turkey or ham to county employees for the holidays. And does it have to be one or the other?
I think it should be one or the other, just because when you order it, you're not gonna, who wants what, then you'd have to get a list from everybody what they want. What I would suggest is maybe a spiral ham, because it's fully cooked, it's easy to use for snacks, and
No, I agree.
then he can
I
order
just got done with it.
how many
Really
of
good
them.
turkey.
Yeah, yeah, we just had turkey, so what do you think?
Agree.
What do you think? What do you think?
Good idea, good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, spiral hands. Always a good idea.
Yeah, and then get the count, you can call down the Hufflands and say, this is how many we want, and give them plenty of time to get them ordered.
Good.
That
Is that a
will,
motion?
okay.
That motion?
Oh, I make a motion that we give county employees a spiral ham for the holidays.
I'll second it. Any public comment? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right.
That took 15 minutes.
Now we're off until 9:45.
Oh, no,
Okay, we're back on for readoption of county ordinance 2020-1 as ordinance 2021-1 on nuisance dogs.
Do you want me to give you some background on this one?
Yep.
So the county has had a vicious dog ordinance for a long time, and didn't have a nuisance dog ordinance. And granted, I could charge that under disorderly conduct, if someone's dog is barking continuously, but there was, I'd say there was a pretty good push from the public wanting a nuisance dog ordinance. Commission was a little concerned about whether it was gonna be effective or not. The sheriff was for it. I just gave him another tool in the tool bag, is what he called it. You know, it's been charged here at least, I know at least once. In that case, it was the person charged, they had an alpaca, actually a farm, and so I dismissed it because it was an agricultural exception. But the thought was to keep every year looking to see if it's working and needed. I think the sheriff is still for it, and I don't think it's a bad ordinance at all, but I don't know how much use it's gonna be. Maybe another year to look at it.
Yeah, I say we keep it for another year.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we readopt county ordinance 2020-1.
And I'll second it. Is there any public comments?
So it'd be 2021-1, the new ordinance.
Yes.
Is that what it
Yeah.
says? I think it's drafted already.
Yep.
Basically says the same thing and it'll be looked at.
Yeah.
annually.
No, looks good.
No public comment. All in favor, say aye.
I,
We're off until 10. Okay, now we're on for Tri-County Fair Board update and follow-up on budget and bylaws.
Doesn't sound like you heard back from them at all. So,
Nothing.
do you know who the letter went to exactly?
I believe to the commission, CC to the county attorney. So
I believe that's it.
it was from me.
Yeah, it was from you.
County commission approved it.
And they were supposed to send it to me and I've never heard back from any of them.
That's
Yeah,
the
Ben,
date.
maybe I should talk into a microphone in case somebody wants to hear.
Yeah, it's been over a month. It was when I was in quarantine, which was middle of October.
Yeah, and then, let's see. So you sent it in October? You said,
Yeah, it was like the middle of October.
So catch me up on this.
So we sent we had Don Potman, who was formerly on the fair board, came in and had concerns about, she had requested a copy of the budget and the newly adopted bylaws and hadn't received a copy of it. And so you had me send a letter to the county commission, Powell County Commission, CC their Powell County attorney. And that was in October, the letter was sent. Requesting a copy of the budget and the bylaws, and no response.
Still nothing. Though.
nothing, not even a letter back saying, thank you for your letter.
No.
What do you do about that?
well, the only thing I was thinking, I could maybe email Ruth, the fair board secretary, and just request it myself. And we have a new fair board member, so Stacy should be, she should get a copy of the bylaws and everything as well. But I can send Ruth an email and just say that we've discussed it and we need to have that stuff on file for our county commissioners.
Yeah.
And she can, she's gonna have a little tougher time, I think, ignoring me if I just emailed her directly, maybe. And that way, we'll see, I can send that today. And then we can see if she gets back to me, would be before the next fair board meeting. And if it's still kind of crickets, then we just bring it up at the fair board meeting, I guess.
So didn't you approach her before though and ask her if she could? And before we
Uh,
even started all
Dawn did.
this?
Dawn did, but, and she.
And she totally ignored, so maybe
But I haven't,
you haven't done that. Okay, so I guess in your authority, maybe
yeah, maybe
that's a good idea.
I maybe would have a little easier time getting through, maybe, if I just emailed them directly.
And maybe we
little
should have
harder to
done that
ignore.
right from the get-go.
My letter was, please and thank you. It
Yeah.
wasn't,
Right.
but maybe came across them like we were.
Put them on the
Yeah,
defensive or something.
someone.
maybe. No, I don't, I can do that. And if she doesn't, their next meeting would be December,
It's the second
second Thursday of December, so,
Coming up here.
yeah, so it'd be coming up, and that's plenty of time for her to email it to me. It really shouldn't take them very long to send an email copy of the bylaws and stuff. It would take a few minutes, I would think, so.
I also think they know that we're a little bit frustrated on some of the things with the bylaws. They were implementing some of the changes because they were separating out Fair Board from Fairgrounds Board. They did do that. But we had asked for a couple things in there, and I don't know if they didn't make the changes and they think there's gonna be a fight over it, but I don't think,
Yeah,
it's all
and
things that
that's,
can be worked out.
maybe that's their thinking, but it's still. If that's their thinking, it's not something that you would not share that.
Absolutely.
detail, so. Just because it's not convenient, doesn't mean it.
It does show that they're not running it as they should be. I mean, that the government agency should be transparent and it shouldn't just be a good old boy system. The county's paying into it.
Yeah.
Granite County.
We have Stacy on too.
Oh,
She just hopped on.
I'll do that today, send an email, and then if I don't hear back, ahead of their next Fair Board meeting, then maybe we'll talk with Stacy and Eve and Katie about bringing it up at the next Fair Board meeting itself, just, have it. Either need to be on the agenda or something, just to make sure it's a point of discussion, because if it just gets brought up at the Fair Board meeting with all the other Fair Board members, it's, they can't really argue about not sharing that information, especially with Stacy being new, she needs to have that information, so.
Yeah, the other Fair Board members should know, and so, yeah, if it's just the clerk doing that.
And that's all we are concerned with is the Fair Board. We don't care about the fairgrounds, right?
Correct.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea, Ben.
Okay.
But make a motion.
Okay,
I'll make a motion.
do we need a motion on that?
Yeah, but, okay.
I make a motion that our county extension. What are you, administrator? Should follow up on the budget and bylaws with the clerk of the county fair board.
I'll second it. Is there any public comment on Zoom? Don't see any. So I guess all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Go for it.
Okay, yep, you betcha.
Thank you, Ben.
Okay, we're gonna be off till 10:15. Now it's time for correspondence, and first one is an email from Kent Ellis and talking about the plowing of non-maintained roads, and also he wants us to consider building permits. Building permits.
I think years ago, they considered that, and there's a lot to it. It would be something probably you could visit with the Department of Revenue and look into it. But, I mean, I know it's a good thing, but then it's also a lot of hoops to jump to get building.
Well, we'd have to
permits.
hire another person.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we can talk about it.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
mean, it would be something that,
maybe we can put it
research
on
and-
the agenda and just to talk about it.
Yeah.
Just discuss it.
Discussion.
So, that one.
Okay.
Then we have email from Rocky Mountain School of Photography. And there's gonna be some students here on December 10th taking pictures of the courthouse.
Yes, she wanted to ask permission.
Right. No problem.
Okay.
And then there's something from the Montana Department of Transportation. And they want, they're reaching out to request your help with important process. MDT has developed a short survey as an easy way for you to share your input. Should take only a few minutes. Please note that all survey responses collected during the effort are anonymous unless you choose to provide contact information. Do we have something to fill out, or
It's just to go online and do a survey.
you want to do it?
Want to, or, yeah.
shows that,
You think? You can take a look at it and see what.
Yeah.
If pertains to us. Another letter from the DEQ just saying that, I think it is general stormwater discharge. Says geographic location statewide. Something they have to do, I guess. No, we're going to public comment now. Is there much on the agenda for next week?
No, right now it's pretty small.
Hmm.
Do you want me to, I mean, I'll add this building permits discussion on there. And see what else comes in, and there's like Maria Stopler's report. There.
Janssen Pharmacy, there's another
So-
class actions.
Yeah, that's on there. The
I have-
local exercise.
a comment on the auditors from that email from you about Dawn saying that we should probably consolidate and we get a better interest rate. I think maybe that should be on the agenda.
Hmm.
And if we can do that, that's gonna save some money for the road fund.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good
Yeah,
idea
it's
if
a
we
good
can
idea.
consolidate.
You get a better interest rate.
Yeah.
and- Yeah.
Yeah, I started looking it up yesterday.
Can we
It's
do,
not
can
those-
we take it away from the other ones? The other,
We'd just be paying that off.
So we
Oh,
we
so
pay,
pay it off.
pay them all
Oh.
off and then just make one monthly
Oh, I
see.
payment to,
Yeah.
at a lower interest rate.
Those interest rates on those are sky high, but yeah, he thinks it could be a little lower with 300 cap.
so is there any estimate how much we could save?
No, we'd have to do the research on it. It would have to be
Yeah.
Yeah, some,
on the agenda to decide if we wanted to look into it. I think that was a good idea from him,
Yeah.
though,
Yeah.
just an idea.
doing a job as an auditor, see where we can save. I think that intercap stuff was maybe Mike's forte. I've never dealt with it, so you haven't been told about it, so
Yeah,
just, yeah, it's good to told us about
Okay, board minutes.
I make a motion that we accept the board minutes for November 23rd, 2021.
And I will second that. All those in favor say
I,
aye. Aye. Well, nobody's on, so
it. Yeah, they can't get voted, no.
we can adjourn.
Unless they can telepathy or something. talk to it.
everybody left us.
yeah.
Okay.
There's a few on there earlier. Yeah, they said.
Season's a little bit.